All right, this beautiful day. Okay, we are going to start laying down. If you've got your props nearby, you may or may not want them. It's up to you. But on your back, finding a nice comfortable position to lay in. Maybe you want to take a position that looks more like a shavasana this evening, or maybe you like that idea of a constructive rest, right? With the knees bent and feet on the outside edges of the mat with the knees falling into one another. Just find whatever your body's craving right now. Begin to tune in to your room, to your space. Feel the floor underneath you. Feel the air around you, touching your skin. Maybe just for a moment, tune into your sense of hearing. What do you hear besides me? What little noises? Maybe it's a fan overhead that's coming. Maybe you can hear traffic outside. You might hear some distant voices if you have other people in your home. And then let that tune out, right? So it's sort of like turning on a radio and turning it off. So as we sort of move out of that sense of hearing, bringing us into this focused sense of the body and the breath. So clearing the mind, beginning to allow the breath to carry you like a wave, right? Feeling that gentle rhythmic inhale and exhale, not really moving it or changing it much, just noticing and paying attention to how your body is moving and how your breathing is adapting. And soften. Begin to soften the face, soften the jaw and the neck and around the collarbones. Begin to soften through the belly and the heart space, and the hips, on the legs. And take a couple of deep inhales and exhales if that's calling to you right now. Nice full deep breaths in and opening the mouth, exhaling, releasing. And with each release, just think, release, right? Let go. What is not serving me, I am releasing out of my body. It's not like these things leave us forever. And it's just an intention, and those things will come back, right? Because it's all a process. We just keep kind of revolving around those same things over and over and over again. So just let it go for the next little bit of our life. And start to stretch the breath. So maybe do some 4-part, the box breath, right? Where you're breathing in to, let's say, a count of 4 or 5. You want to hold your breath to the same count. Then you want to exhale to that same count, 4 or 5. And then again, that staticness, that pause where you're neither inhaling or exhaling. And then repeat that again. Try to do maybe 5 rounds. And then allow the breath to go back to its normal rhythm, right where you are. So we always find that room for the pause, right? Couple more rounds. And as you finish up, again, letting the breath go back and return to normal. If your feet weren't already long on the mat, go ahead and unbend the knees. And we're going to walk the feet all the way over to the left corner of the mat. And then we're going to take those arms up and overhead to the left corner of the mat as well. So we're going to draw that right hip down. Maybe we can even hold that right wrist with the left hand, starting in this. So if we were looking at ourselves from above, right, we're in Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. We're stretching the right side body here. So we're trying to really articulate that right side, drawing that right hip down, the right shoulder down. Maybe you cross that right ankle over the left. You're going to feel just a little bit deeper stretch here. And we're breathing. And the nice thing about this is that, you know, we can really feel this rotation happening using the floor as our prop, right? We can take this side twist, this side bend in a nice straight line where our chest is open and not sort of dumping towards the floor, right, when we stand up. Take another breath right here, release the feet, walk everything back to center. Take an exhale as you draw the knees into the chest and just wiggle around a little bit on the spine. Maybe you can draw the head up towards the knees if that feels good. And then on the next inhalation, let those legs go long and the arms back up overhead, palms facing up. We're going to take those feet all the way over to the right corner. Then the arms all the way over to the right corner. So when I immediately do this, the first thing that happens in my body is my left hip rolls up. Very natural. So once I find my position, now I want to draw that hip down. Then maybe take hold of that left wrist with the right hand, kind of increasing a little bit through that stretch in the left side body. Again, if you have it in you and it feels good, cross that left ankle over the right. You can keep your eyes closed or just keep gazing up at the ceiling. Feel the breath opening all those little intercostal muscles on that side body. Nice, full deep breath all the way down into the diaphragm. Last one. Slowly release, taking it back through center. Bring those knees into the chest again. Lift the head. Draw those knees in. And then stretch those arms out overhead. Legs are long. Exhale, knees in. One more time. Reach it long, arms up. Go ahead and open and close the fists a few times. And maybe do some rolls of those wrists. Same with the toes, right? Really stretch out all 10 toes. And then maybe point and flex the feet. You can roll the ankles here. Imagining yourself super long, right? Like that Superman pose, but we're on our back instead of our belly. Reach and extend. Point those toes. Flex those feet. Press out through the heels. And as you're ready again, bring those knees back into the chest. We're going to rock up to a seat. So finding our way up into a cross-legged position, right? If you want to practice a half lotus, you can draw one foot up into the hip crease. If you have a full lotus, right, you can pull both feet up and into that hip crease, bringing those knees together. Right, whatever's comfortable for you, or you can just sit with that nice cross-legged position. Anything works here. Maybe even heel in front of heel. All right, we're going to inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Big reach of those arms, and then exhale, push them down. So imagining yourself wanting to touch the side walls, right? So we're not being lazy, we're reaching up, shoulder blades, moving down the back, not towards the ears. Exhale, take it down one more time. Sweeping it up, draw those ribs in, exhale, good, we're gonna take it down. This time as we sweep it up, we're gonna let that right elbow bend, that left arm is gonna take the elbow and work it up, right? So that it's pointing up towards the ceiling, and then checking in that that shoulder is down, right? So it's not hiked up by the ear. It's finding its nice kind of place in its slot here, right? And we're framing our face. So from here, we're gonna reach that right hand up, and then we're gonna rotate it. So we're just gonna take that palm face down, the thumb is down, and then around back. Now, maybe your fingers can touch back here, maybe not, right? That's not a big deal. Just have that hand come behind the back and open the chest. So we're sitting up, we're pressing those sitting bones down, we're lifting through the chest, but we're not finding a strong arch in the back either, right? We're gonna press the head into our arm. Nice full deep breath here. And then we're gonna hinge forward. So we're just gonna take that nice full deep breath and we're just gonna take a baby hinge forward. We don't have to go very far. I want you to think length through the spine. And then inhale, come back up through center. Release those arms, press them out. And then inhale, arms up over the head. Let that left arm come down. Again, use that right hand to really open that up, right? We want to feel that energy moving all the way up and out of that elbow. And then that right hand sweeps down, so it's an internal rotation of the arm, and then we take it back behind us. Again, sitting up nice and tall, pressing that head back, think lengthening, and then exhale, hinge forward, gaze out at the floor in front of you. Try to keep both sitting bones on the mat. And then inhale, good, make your way back up. Press those arms out, big reach and stretch. And then release the hands. We're gonna make our way forward onto hands and knees, coming into a tabletop, and a couple of rounds of cat and cow here. So on your exhale, draw that belly in, chin to chest. And then inhale, open the chest, look forward, shoulder blades moving down the back, nice arch in the spine, right? Tailbone is lifting. Exhale, pull in. Matching the breath to the movement. Your pace, keep going. Excuse me. Got a little something in my throat. All right. Coming into a table. Let's go ahead and extend that left leg long behind us. Press out through the heel. I want you just to rock it a couple of times and feel the stretch through the back of the leg, right? Up through the Achilles, up through the back of the calf. And then find some stillness here. Pull the belly in and then lift the leg. Hip height, toes are pointing down. We're just gonna hold this and use the strength of our hip. I want you to feel just how you can open up the leg, use the hip to do that, and then take it back down. We're gonna open and close. Open, close. One more time. Open and close. Good. Holding here. Press down into that left hand and reach your right hand long. So your right arm, right, is at shoulder height. And then we're going to exhale, bring that elbow to the knee underneath the body. Pull the belly in, really curl in. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. This time as you reach out, bend that back knee, right? We're going to take that palm again, turn it down, and swing it behind and see if we can't grab the foot or the ankle and lift. So we're trying to take the chest back to center. Lifting that leg as much as we're comfortable. We're not quite done. Keep the bend in the knee, bring the hand back to the floor. We're gonna cross that knee behind the right knee. So we're just gonna lift here. This is our inhale. Exhale, just cross it behind and squeeze. Inhale, lift. Use your glutes here. Just a little bit of glute work. Keep going. Cross behind. Try to keep the body still, right? We don't want to move. We're just moving that leg. Last one. Lift and lower. And lift and bring that left knee back to the right. Walk your knees together, bring the feet together, sit your hips to your heels, and let those fingertips go long for a nice stretch here in child's pose. And then the hands come back to the floor. We make our way back into table. Other side, that right leg goes back. Take your time. Oh, that feels so good. Pressing through that heel, up into the arch, through the calf. We don't stretch out our calves enough. And then lift the leg just hip height, right? We don't want to way up here. Really want to feel that those hips are nice and square. So keeping the whole upper body straight and strong. Open and close the leg. Toes point out, toes point down. Moving the whole leg. And then make it come back to center, hold here. Press down into that left hand, reach your right hand, find your balance. Pull the belly in, push yourself away from the floor. Exhale, everything under the body, round the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen and hold. Bend that back leg. Reach back for the foot, hold it. And then see if you can't square your shoulders back off, looking forward, arching the back. Little bit of a weeble wobble moment, right? This is a balance pose. Extend the leg, extend the arm. Hand comes down. Sorry, keep that leg bent. Cross it behind. Squeeze the glute. One more squeeze. And release. Ah, tuck those toes under, find downward facing dog. Look up at those hip creases. Send your head between the arms. Really think about working those collarbones in towards the shoulders, almost like you're about to get yourself up into a handstand, but we're not. Last breath here. Try to move forward on a jump if you can. Come up onto those tippy toes, bend the knees, and send your feet forward. Standing forward fold. Shake it out here. Shake your head, shake your shoulders. Maybe even a couple of the knees bent. And then take hold of opposite elbows. I want you to drop your head between your arms. And let everything hang. Last full breath. Release the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the shins or thighs. Exhale, folding forward. Press out through the feet and rise all the way to stand. Arms come up and overhead. Ardha Chandrasana. Take hold of that right wrist with the left hand. We're going to exhale over to the left. So pressing a little bit more into that right foot, making sure that that chest is open, right? We're not rolling towards the floor. And come back up through center. Other side. I know you can't see my hands. Take hold of that left wrist. Drop it over to the right. Keep knitting those thighs together, right? So we're wrapping those thigh bones in towards one another. Inhale, come through center. Hands to heart center. Hinge at the hips. Inhale again, halfway lift. Exhale, try to hop back. So bring your hands forward of your feet slightly, yeah? Shift your weight forward, look at the floor, pull the belly in, and then shoot those legs back, plank pose. Hold plank, feel a nice strong plank here. Now come down onto the knees. Bring the chest and chin between your hands, and then inhale, flow forward, open up, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead comes to the floor, press back through table or plank. and find downward facing dog. Let's do the rest of this sun salutation. Inhale, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and release. Inhale, root to rise, arms up over the head. Take hold of the left wrist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Go ahead, reach to the other hand. And then exhale to the other side. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dive over the legs, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, shoot it back if you can, plank pose. And then come to your knees. Exhale, chest and chin to the floor. Now inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, forehead to the floor, press it back through table or plank. Downward facing dog. I want 5 breaths here in down dog. Turn on that ujjayi breath. That's where you close off the back of the throat. It's like an audible sound. It is an audible sound. It kind of sounds like the waves. Some people say it sounds like Darth Vader. I think it sounds like Chewbacca. Well, you can listen to your voice. Oh, I know, Chewie. So using that ujjayi breath is actually building heat inside the body. Right, you're working the heat outside the body in the asana, but that breath is actually also firming and toning your lungs, all those muscles inside as well. Last breath. Inhale again, look forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. This time, squeeze those knees, squeeze those thighs, and find share, Utkatasana. We can bring those arms up. Palms facing one another. Sink down into that seat. You want to keep that chest nice and open. Right? So we're going to do a little bit of skier's pose here. So as we sink down, we're going to exhale, reach those arms back. And as you can see, the minute you do that, right, your body goes forward. So I'm working on like that nice flat back here. Crown of the head, reaching forward, my fingers to the back of the room. Shift your weight back, lift your toes. That's how you know you're sort of in the right position. Squeeze your thighs together. Look at the floor in front of you. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift. Try not to move the legs. Match your breath. Use your focus. We're going to do one more. You can do it. Lift. And then take it back. Hold here. Crown of the head reaching forward. Find your fingers behind your back. Interlace your fingers and then lift up. I don't know what just happened to my screen. Find a forward fold. Breathing here. Hold here. All right, I'm back. Whew. Arms up over the head. Gaze up at your belly button. Extend those arms as long as you can. Release your hands. And then inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, root to rise. Take those arms up over the head. Bring those feet together. This time, we're going to let that left arm stay up and the right hand is going to come down alongside the body. Inhale, reach up with that left hand. And then exhale, take it over the head to the left. So once we're here, right? Again, it's that opening of the chest. So you can even like practice that at home, right? Notice, are you looking at the floor? Is your chest sort of pointing downward? Can you rotate that shoulder back? And then inhale, come up, right hand touches the left, and the left hand comes down by your side. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, take it over. Big breath. So I'm pressing my left hand into my left side body. I'm drawing my shoulder blades back. Pressing into that right foot. And then inhale, coming back up, good. Exhale, draw those palms through heart center. Hinge forward, hands in front, try to pop it back, find your plank. You can step back. Okay, we're gonna come into a side plank here. So, first one, so if you'd like to come down onto the knee, for side plank, come down onto that right knee and turn your left toes out. And then go ahead and reach that left hand up over the head, right? If you have a full-on side plank, you can just take that leg back. Either way, we're gonna stay here for a minute, and then we're gonna see if we can't reach that palm again over the head. It looks like Ardha Chandrasana, right? We're lifting the hip, palm is facing down. We're breathing here. Again, if that knee is down, that's perfectly acceptable. We're not gonna let go of this yet. We're gonna see if we can't lift that top leg. So reaching, maybe lift that leg. And then release, good. Let's release the hand, come forward into your nice strong plank, come onto the knees. Take a minute here in table. Or if you feel frisky enough and you want to do a vinyasa, you can. But we're all going to find our way back into table. It's perfectly okay because this is some hard step. We're building strength. Okay? All right, take those feet back. Find your plank. Take it to the other side. So again, drop onto that knee if you need to. Or if you can do full-on side plank. Right arm is reaching up. Find your balance and then bring the palm overhead. Tuck your tailbone under, guys. Right? We want to bring that pelvis slightly forward so we're in one line. And then maybe you can lift that bottom leg or the top leg. Lifting the bottom leg would be amazing. That'd be like a superpower. One more breath. Coming back through center. Come down onto the knees. This time, find child's pose, but I want you to turn your palms face up. So you're rotating into the shoulders. Drop your head. And all I want you to do here is press your forearms down into the mat. Let your head go. And then I want you to lift your fingers and tap yourself on the shoulders. Right? So your elbows are going to track back towards the body. And then let them come back down to the mat. Lift them and tap the shoulders. Let them come back to the mat one more time. Turn your palms down. Come back through table. Tuck your toes. And find downward facing dog. Breathing fully and deeply here. That left foot's gonna stay heavy and the right leg is gonna reach up. This time we're gonna reach it as high as we can. Right, our head is gonna fall between our arms. We're reaching that leg high, and then we're gonna pull that knee into the chest and round our spine. We're gonna look forward between the hands and step the right foot between the hands. We're gonna drop onto that back heel, and we're in our warrior two. So cartwheeling our way up, we're just walking up the leg. Right, bending that right leg, pushing it out, rotating that left leg underneath, gaze over the front fingers. Notice your torso. We don't want to be too far forward or too far back. Right in that super sweet spot, right between the legs. Holding here, we're going to rotate it up, finding a reverse warrior. Stretching, again, that side body. And then coming back into warrior two. Again, sweep it up and over. And warrior two. One more. Warrior two. Good. Straighten your front leg. Take that right arm forward. And then find Trikonasana, triangle pose. So if your hand reaches the floor, that's great. If it's way up here, that's okay too. But again, open that chest up. Arms are straight, not bent. Gaze is forward, press out through the feet. Bending into that front leg. Find your way back into your warrior two. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sweep up into a high lunge. So come up onto those back toes and reach both arms up overhead. And we're gonna take the hands to the floor and we're just gonna press that left leg up all the way to the sky for a standing split. So look at your knee, reach that left leg up as high as you can. And then step the left foot next to the right. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and release the head. Inhale, root to rise. Arms up and over the head. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, find your way back to plank. Step or jump. Find a vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. If you're ready for a chaturanga, you can take that. Up dog or baby cobra. And we all meet back in downward facing dog. Breathing here, that ujjayi breath. Down dog, always a good place to tune into that breath again, yeah? Notice how you're breathing, notice what you're thinking. If you get tired, you can come onto hands and knees, you can take a child's pose. Let that right heel get heavy and that left leg sweeps up as high as you can. Now bring that knee all the way up and in, round the back. And then step the left foot between your hands. Come down onto that back heel. And again, find your way into your warrior two. I'll turn around. Nice deep bend. You can check yourself out. Right, you can even just kind of check your own form. Look at that knee, make sure it's tracking to the left. Reversing that warrior. Remember, we're always wanting to keep that lower body still. Again. And one more time. Hold here for a breath. Now straighten that front leg. Reaching forward like we want something over here, and then we tilt, right? Left hand down, right hand up. I don't know, I think somehow Chewy thinks that there's treats or something in here, and I don't know why. All right, keep breathing. Opening up that chest. I have a little bit of pressure on my bottom hand into that inner leg, right? So I'm sort of using it as a lever to keep my chest nice and open. Now press out through the feet. Bend into that knee. Inhale, warrior two. Good, we're gonna sweep it up and around, finding our high lunge. And we're gonna make our way into that standing split again. So bend the knee, bring yourself close to the floor, and then press off that back foot. Bring that chin close to that left leg. Reach that right leg as high as you can. I don't really have an amazing split, but that's okay. I'm just stretching it out. And slowly let that right foot come down next to the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Let's find a chair, bend the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Knit those ribs together, yeah? Nice long spine. Not too much of that butt sticking out, right? Drop those sitting bones down. Skier's pose again. Take it back and lift it up on the inhale. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Squeeze those legs, guys. Two more. You can do it. Take it back. Last one, last one. Ooh. And stand all the way up. Oh yeah. Take a little back bend here. Open gaze up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Close the eyes just for a minute. Whew. Another chance for a flow. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Step or walk back, find your plank. Good, chaturanga or not. Any way you want. Through your vinyasa. We'll all make it back to downward dog. Hold your dog. Well, you know we don't do, if we do side plank, we don't do it just once. So we have to visit it again. So coming forward again into your plank. If you want to start with the knee down, you can. Or you can go right over to the right and find your plank, your side plank. So holding here. Again, if you want that knee down, you can. We're going to do some dips, okay? So if you're on your knee, you're just going to kind of dip down and press up. If you've got both legs up, we're going to drop down, lift up. If you want to bring that hand up over the head, you can do that too. Last one, lift, 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 lift. And take it back through center. Come down onto the knees. Exhale, child's pose, palms face up. Open and close your fists this time. Squeeze them and release the fingers. Good, bring the palms face down. Come back into our table. And we're going to take it to the other side. Coming back into our form here, we're going to bring the legs over to the other side and find our side plank. Again, if you want to have that knee down to do this, you can. This is our inhale. Exhale, drop the hips 2 inches and then back up. If you want to have that palm up over the head, you can do that too. Hold, come back through center. Another chance for a vinyasa or take child's pose. We're all going to meet in child's pose. Maybe a nice wide child's pose with the feet together and the knees apart. Breathe, settle in. That was some hard work, guys. You should be sweating. If you're not working hard enough. I can't see you. But I want you to do what you feel comfortable doing tonight anyway. So if you want to take it easy, take it easy. That's cool too. Last couple breaths in child's pose. Why don't you shift your hips over to the right? Just kind of slide them off that foot, that heel. You can even walk your fingertips to the left. Coming back through center. Go ahead and slide those hips over to the left. And then let those hands come to the right. And then back through center. Let's make our way back into table. So we're going to lift that right leg, bending the foot again. And then we're going to reach that left arm up. So we're finding that balance, yeah? And then we're going to take that hand behind, find the leg. This time, as we open, I want you to open your chest. So we're lifting the knee, but we're not squaring off our shoulders. We're actually trying to look back behind us. And just notice the difference here. Lift, breathe, and come back, release. Good. Other side. Left leg lifts, right arm reaches out. We take it back behind us. As we lift, we twist open to the right. Open that shoulder by pushing the foot away. And slowly release. Good. All right. We're going to wiggle our way forward onto the belly, dropping all the way down. Bring those hands out off the mat with the elbows pointing up. Come up onto those fingertips, and then draw the shoulder blades back. Inhale, lift the head. Look straight ahead. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Stretch your chest forward. And slowly exhale, release. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Exhale, release. Bring those hands alongside the body. Take your favorite cheek to the mat. Let the spine settle for a minute. So we're going to come into a bound locust. We're going to bring the forehead to the floor and the feet together. Lift those kneecaps, but not the toes. And then take the hands, interlace the fingers maybe to the small of the back to start. So we can feel how the shoulder blades are drawing together. Press down into the pelvis and then inhale, lift the head and chest. Stay here if you like, or you can begin to extend the arms back nice and straight. The heels of the hands are opening up. And then maybe you lift the feet. Find the breath. Find the steadiness in your gaze. Stay nice and active. Slowly exhale, come down, take the other cheek to the mat. Rock those hips a little bit side to side. Bringing your forehead back to the floor. We're going to bend our knees and reach back for our feet. So if you can't reach them, right, a strap might be good. If you have one, you can kind of strap around the ankles. You can open up the palms facing out. So it's an external rotation of the arms, right? So we're going to work our way into bow pose here. So as you're ready, you're going to lift yourself up, right? Whether you've got the feet or the strap if you have it. If that's too much, right, you can just work it, finding the legs, just reaching back. And exhale, slowly release. Take your favorite cheek to the mat, or you can bring your arms out in front of your face and just let the forehead rest on your palms and the tops of your hands. Long, slow, deep breaths. Tuning into the body and how it's feeling, the work that you've been doing. Just checking in. All right, let's slowly bring our hands back up underneath us. We're going to press our way back to table. Finding our way back, hands, wrists underneath the shoulders, right? Knees and hips are in alignment. We're going to extend that left leg behind us with the knee bent. We're going to do some little pulses up and down right here. Again, working into that glute. Really tiny. Squeeze the glute. And then we're going to lift as high as we can and then cross that left leg behind the right. Open your feet. So take those feet super wide on the mat and then walk your hands back and you're going to sit down and voila, right? You are sitting in cow face pose. So you have that left, I'm scooting myself over and turning myself around so you can see me, right? So knee over knee. And if you're like, okay, I got into this pose, but Leah, I am not happy. I want you to take your hands back behind you, lean back. This is the safest way to do this. And just send that left foot forward. Right, so you're in half Gomukhasana. All right, otherwise, we made our way here. Now you have to wiggle yourself around a little bit so that you get both sits bones really rooted down, okay? That right hip is gonna wanna come up because there's a little bit more strain on that right hip right now. So sit, really feel that settling action happening here. We're gonna inhale, take those arms up over the head again, yeah? And then we're gonna draw that left arm down, and that right arm is going to come behind the back. So we're going to hold right here, and then as we're ready, we're going to go ahead and fold forward. So again, noticing you may not go far at all. It may just be like an inch or two. Hold and breathe. And then inhale, come upright. Good. Release the hands. Take them back behind you with the palms face down. So you're sort of shifting yourself back a little bit. So this way we can just sort of release the feet out in front of us. And we're going to take ourselves into a reverse table, right? Hands back, lift your seat, send it towards the heels, then press yourself up. Look at the ceiling, or maybe your head just falls back if that feels good to you. Exhale, release. We're going to cross that right ankle over the left and sit up. So use those hands to sort of help draw your chest into that right leg, flex the foot. We're going to press ourselves up again here. So this is our exhale. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, take it down. Good. Release that right foot next to the left. Cross that left foot over the right knee. Nice big breath. And then reach it up. Send those hips up as high as you can. And then exhale, release. Whew. Release that left foot. Go ahead and bring that forehead to the knees. Kind of like a seated child's pose here. All right, cross your legs. Roll over the knees, come back into table. You might have to scoot yourself around the mat a little bit. Yeah. So that left knee is going to come up. No, the right knee is going to come up. Little pulses. Belly is strong, guys. We're not moving anything. We're just moving that leg and that glute. Yeah? Press, press, press. Lift, 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 lift. And then draw that knee behind the left knee. Open those knees nice and, or the feet nice and wide. Squeeze those knees together and sit back in your Gomukhasana on the other side. Wiggle yourself around. You may be like, this side might feel better or worse than the other side. This is not my happy side tonight. You can feel that right now. Right? Lean back if you need to take that right leg out. And then inhale, arms up over the head. Go ahead and take that right arm down. And then that left arm sweeps behind the back. Sitting up nice and tall here, we're going to exhale, hinge forward. Look out at the floor in front of you. This is the work, guys. The belly is lifting. Lots of energy happening here. We're trying to keep that flat back. Soften the throat. Soften the face. I find the more I concentrate on squeezing those thighs together and those knees together, that the more anchored I feel. And then inhale. Ooh. Go ahead and take those hands behind the back. Good. Lean back. Bring those legs out. All right. So you can do that reverse table again, or you can let those feet come long for reverse plank. Drop down. So we're bending into those elbows and lifting the chest. And then press yourself up. Hold and breathe. Toes are pointing down. And then exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward into your Paschimottanasana. You're seated forward fold. So if you want, you can bring those hands underneath the thighs and keep the hands back and work the chest opening that way. Try to keep that chest nice and open. Right? We're not rounding over. We're not doing yin tonight. We're working really hard here. I'm trying to work out lasagna and pie and appetizers, and Mary's trying to work out her staff party from last night. So, and Julie and Lee, I don't know what you're working on, but I'm sure you're working on something. Nice deep breath. And then inhale. Walk yourself back up. Good. Bend the knees. Go ahead and roll all the way down onto the back. So if you like and you have your blocks, you can do your bridge pose tonight supported. So you take your blocks and you place them one on top of the other, right up underneath that sacrum. If not, you're just going to bring those hands, walk them underneath the body as you lift your hips. Even with the blocks, you're pressing down with the arms, guys. This is not lazy time, right? Back of the head is pressing into the mat. The chest is lifting towards the chin. We're gazing up at the ceiling, or maybe we even have our eyes closed. A little bit of energy out through the balls of the feet. Squeeze those inner thighs together. This is a mild inversion. It's an inversion. Keep squeezing, keep working. Don't get lazy here. And then slowly start to come down, or take those blocks, or one block out if you're going to do Viparita Karani. Right? You want one block underneath the sacrum, and you're going to bring your legs up. If you have headstand or shoulder stand in your practice, you can go ahead and do that on your own now. Right? But we still want that same open feeling in the chest by squeezing those arms down and those shoulder blades back behind us. Find that breath again. Legs up is so good for us. If you're on your heaviest day of your period, not always good to stay very long, but otherwise very nice to do. And slowly release your feet to the floor. If you've got that block, go ahead and take it out from underneath you. Bring those knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. We're going to cross that right knee over the left, and we're going to take those feet out again. We're going to see if we can't reach down for them. If you have to lift your head up, you can do that, right? So we're squeezing those thighs together, and the knees and the feet are flaring out to the side. Try to get your head and shoulders down if you can. One more breath here. Good. Go ahead and release that. Pull those knees into the chest again. Cross the right knee over the left. Hello, Gigi. Take those legs out to the side. No licky Chibata. I don't like it. I don't like the licky. All right, hold and breathe. Again, you might have one side that's a little bit wonkier than the other. Good. Slowly uncross the legs. Bring your legs wide on the mat and your arms out. Shoulder height, palms face up. On your next breath, let those knees fall to the left. And then we're going to look over the right shoulder. Nice work tonight. It was a tough class. All right, let that right leg come up, followed by the left. Square yourself off. Let those knees fall to the other side. Making your way back to center. And then it's that time where you can do anything that feels right or good for your body and move into Shavasana. So settling back down onto the mats. I like to have my feet as wide as the mat. My arms away from the body. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And then let the breath settle. Settling back into the unconscious where it lives most of the time. Really think about the breath on a daily basis, on a minute-by-minute basis. Let everything go. Think of the word release. 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 Taking the next few minutes. Slowly bringing your attention back to the space. Filling up. Exhaling out. Noticing that rhythmic rise and fall of the belly and the chest. Feeling the warmth of the air as it touches your lip. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Bending the knees. Bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. If you're watching this in the evening, you want to roll to your right. If you're watching this in the morning, to the left. And then making your way back upright. Finding that comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed or partially closed. Let your hands just rest in your lap, on your knees. If you feel like just cupping one palm inside the other, doesn't matter which one, you can do that too. And just sit here for a moment in meditation. My purpose is to live, model every aspect of joy. Joy is what sustains humankind. Peace is what sustains me and humankind. My purpose is to live an authentic life, ever growing, changing, sharing. My purpose is to love unconditionally, to respect others' rights to choose while respecting my soul's right to choose. My purpose is to let go of all that does not serve me, including fear, ego, willfulness. My purpose is to look and feel and risk. My purpose is to listen with my heart and my ears. My purpose is to be. My purpose is to love. My purpose is to give and receive love. My purpose is to be a light that brings love, warmth, and understanding. My purpose is to live in the now, to heal myself and others through love and understanding. My purpose is to listen to the children and to be childlike, to sing songs of joy and celebration, to dance with open arms, to embrace all that is, that was, and that shall be. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. Let's close with the sound of Om tonight. One inhale, exhale, release. An inhale for Om. Om. Letting me and you and every living thing is exactly the same. Namaste.
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 Have a great week.
You too.